everybody, I'm Shane Grant.
I'm Bill Casanelli. I play Quinn in Sleep Eater.
My name is Danielle Rousseau. I play the street girl in Sleep Eater.
I'm Dave Isaac, and I play Nelson in Sleep Eater.
Hi, my name is R.H. Mulcahy, and I play Mr. Nipples in Sleep Eater.
Hi, I'm Michael Ring, and I play a homeless man.
I'm Tanis McCourt, and I play Stacy Anderson.
Bernie F. Kellish, but Flash, I go by Flash.
My name is Shannon Denbo, and I play Giggles.
My name's Jason Tripp, and I am the actor playing Kelly Anderson in the recent release of Sleep Eater.
This film started off as a 5-minute short film for a convention called Bangor Fest, run by Christopher McMillan. The 5-minute short film turned into a 30-minute short film pretty quick. When I was writing it, I expanded the world, I expanded the characters, what I could actually do on a budget of only $100.
Got a call from a very special man named Shane Grant. Good friend of mine. We've both connected in Bangor, Maine. We're horror fans from way back. Similar interests, and he had this role that he thought I'd be good in. So he had known I've been involved in other films in the past, so gave me a shot.
That was brilliant.
I'm glad I'm not crazy. Oh.
I met Bill Casanelli. We had chatted online for quite a bit. We met on a film set. Bill is a very kind person. He takes direction really well, and he's actually a talented actor. He'll tell you that he's not, but he really is.
I got involved with Sleep Eater because I'm friends with Shane, and he kind of recruited me to play this druggy girl who roams the streets. I haven't had any acting experience before this, not really, but it was a lot of fun.
Danielle Rousseau and I had been friends for a few years previous, and she had not had previous acting experience, but I told her that I really think, knowing her, that she could pull off the part. You know, she's 4'10". She's 4'10".
The character's a very complicated sort. He's a guy with a disorder where he eats unusual things while he's sleeping. So there's not much to prepare for that. I did try to do a couple things to make the character appear to be more unusual, tired. Like, for instance, for example, I'd pinch my eyes and tear up to make them red and tired looking, because you know you don't want to sleep if you know you're going to eat something that could potentially be dangerous. So you want to stay up as much as you can. I tried to convey that. I tried to look tired. I didn't shave for a couple of weeks. First time I ever grew a beard, and I don't think I ever want to again. I decided to get as fat as I could for the role, and trying to lose it now. I don't know if I'm getting there, but I'll get there eventually, back to my optimal weight.
You know, I had less than really a month to finish it before the convention. What resulted in was quite the experiment of low-budget filmmaking.
Well, the Shane and I had met several years before. I'm an aging middle-aged actor with some very slight credits. Shane was actually looking for an aging middle-aged actor with some credits several years ago on Craigslist. It was sort of like a dating service for casting calls. And I couldn't help myself. I was living alone, and I said, well, I could probably do this character. I mean, a middle-aged guy. And I contacted him, and we met at Dunkin' Donuts, and then eventually became friends.
I met Jason Tripp. I was doing a film called Park at Your Own Risk. In comparison to Bill, he's very much, he knows what I want, he knows what he can do, and I know his abilities as well. I don't ask him to do something that I don't think he can do, and if I did, I'm just trying to push him.
Shooting was a blast, actually. It was, we'd shoot till about 4:30 in the morning in Ellsworth, Maine. we drive down and sometimes in Hamden, sometimes in Ellsworth, sometimes in Bangor, and Shane knows what he wants as a director. He knows the shot, what it's going to look like, and how he wants it shot. So he's very easygoing with what he knows he wants. You just follow along and trust in his vision. Apart from getting your lines right, there's been a couple of instances of people not getting the line right, but yeah, I'm very guilty of that myself. Apart from that, it was a blast to work on. It was a lot of fun.
I play the landlord. I believe that it was mentioned to me by my lovely and talented wife, Shannon Denbo, who plays Giggles in the film. Yeah, she mentioned that Shane was doing a movie and a short film, and I believe he let me know that it was a short little part. I'd be playing a landlord, and I'm always happy to do it, especially for Shane. He's just a quirky landlord that has a very special small dog that he likes quite a bit, and the dog disappears.
Oh, everybody was great on this one. It's very unusual that you get a group of people together that work together so well and they fit interlocking with each other, where usually I'm used to at least one guy or one girl or whatever being that one that doesn't get along with everybody and there's drama. No, in this situation there's no drama. Everybody was great. People got along with each other and it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
I've kind of been in the acting business for a long time, and the things that I do, I've been very fortunate that I've never been on any set or shoot or worked on any project where I did not like the people I was working with, and the director and the whole shebang. Everything from doing major motion pictures to doing homegrown projects like this. And Shane is a pleasure to work for, and I worked with Bill, and the people whose place that we happened to use for the shot were also quite pleasant. So it's been a pleasant experience, and yes, I would love to do it again.
Flash Kellish, I met doing a previous project. Flash used to be a stuntman. He always plays usually bad guys in films, so I wanted his character as the landlord neighbor to be kind of sympathetic, kind of gentle.
I met Shane Grant during the filming of another movie. He decided to work on a new project himself and was kind enough to invite me to participate as a homeless man. I'm not sure precisely what characteristics I have that made him think of me that way, but it's all right. A lot of fun.
Originally, I was asked to play a bit part in a dinner scene for this movie, and before then, I played a bit part in another movie that was filmed with the same director, Shane Grant.
We used to work together. We used to clean up trauma scenes and sewer backups, pretty disgusting stuff.
He's a little younger than me, but the one thing I like about him is he's got heart, he's honest, and we've been good friends for 7 years. Know his mother, know his sister, and they all say the same thing about him. Good guy you can go to get what you need done in this type of business. The part I played was Mr. Nipples in Sleep Eater. I was a character in a dream sequence, basically.
Yeah, with the spaghetti scene was a blast. It was one of those things I don't like is spaghetti. And the scene called for everybody to be feasting upon this spaghetti and getting it all over them. Well, Shane didn't know this at the time. I have this revulsion to spaghetti. And it's just one of those things that makes me nauseated when I think of it or even see it. So to be in there and seeing everybody just eating it and smelling it, it was just so disgusting to me, and which was perfect because
I did not know that when I had sat him at that table, and it just happened to be pure luck. Pure luck that he didn't get any spaghetti on him in that scene.
Feast of lovely spaghetti, but yeah, no, she's just fun to to hang around and likes to laugh a lot and have a good time and enjoy friends who are stuffing their face with spaghetti. I really like working with Shane because I'm a musician. I'm not an actor. I like to take pictures and do camera work myself. So it's really great to work with him because he'll just say, "This is who you're gonna be. This is what you're gonna do," and just do it.
Jason Tripp. Jason is a trip to work with. Jason is professional, is funny, is smart, and he is a trooper. There were some scenes that were, like for instance, we're outside maybe 3 o'clock in the morning outside in Ellsworth, and I'm on my knees out on the pavement, and I'm in pain, and he's doing his thing, and yeah, take after take, and he suffered through it like I did. He's a really, really professional actor.
What was the question? I mean, it's pretty obvious if you watch the movie. Kelly Anderson is a very, very angry man. I'm not. I've got cats.
And I end up in the middle of the shot rubbing raw bloody spaghetti all over my chest. Needless to say, my wife was not too particularly impressed. Sometimes Shane can bring out the best in a person.
The spaghetti scene was actually quite outrageous. I can't believe that Michael and Jen let us totally crash their place with tons of spaghetti, bloody spaghetti all over the place. My friend Michael Ring was at the right side of me and he's just really getting into the spaghetti. I look over and he's got like a ton of it hanging out of his face.
Put that spaghetti in his mouth and it just came out like a squid. It was just coming like Cthulhu or something.
He started turning red-faced during the spaghetti scene. At that point, I almost jumped up from the table to perform the Heimlich maneuver because he looked so realistic, him laughing and choking.
He's like making these noises and stuff, and I remember asking him if he was okay. He looks at me, he's like, I'm acting.
I thought he was actually choking in real life, and it turned out he was just in character.
Well, I was pretty hungry.
One of the hardest things in making this was having to act like a total douche to Michael Ring. He's such a nice guy. In fact, he looks like my maternal grandfather used to when he were alive. So to see Michael Ring in person is just, I just want to get up and hug the guy. Such a sweet, sweet man. So to act mean toward him is just, it hurts inside, but when you become the character, that's all you see. And sadly enough, I had to be a jerk to him.
My fellow castmate, Bill Casanelli, he wouldn't share his cheeseburger with me. And so I got a little bit close to it, and darn if I didn't get blood on his burger. And that really changed his life.
Danielle Rousel was amazing. First day of shooting, I've never met her before, and the first day I acted with her, we just connected. She's really awesome. She's a professional.
Bill has a lot more experience in acting than I do, so it was a lot of fun to get to know him and learn from him.
She sat on the ground, on the pavement in Bangor, and it was cold, and she had no problem. She was actually better with her lines than I was, actually.
There was another scene where we go to this crack house, which is supposed to be where I live, and we walked up there, and it was just an abandoned house, but there were actually some crackheads that walked out from around the back of the house, so that was kind of scary.
Kelly, I mean, he's motivated literally by revenge, the one human element that we can't seemingly escape anymore. This is, you know, you have to consider the man's daughter has been eaten by this. There's a lot you could say about Bill, but his character is obviously unsightly. He eats my daughter. What more is there to say? And unfortunately, as a repercussion of this, I take on the disease. So really the biggest victim of the film would have to be Kelly Anderson.
It was just a ton of fun to see a side of people that you don't get to see. And for me, being somebody who's not not an actor. I'm usually on the other side of the lens. It was just fun to be in that moment and to be fooled by people's acting.
There was Tim Ryan, another professional. I had met Tim before, so I'd never worked with him, but I had met him. So working with him was a blast. We were doing the fingers in the mouth scene where I bite off a couple of his fingers, and that was uncomfortable, having to have his fingers in my mouth for prolonged periods of time, especially when he has to excuse himself to use the restroom. That was a lot of fun.
You know, my experience is we really enjoyed each other's company. There was a harmony amongst us. I think Tanis would agree.
Jason did an awesome job as my husband. He was really nice and very comforting, even though I was really nervous and never done anything like that before. He was very outgoing and kept pushing me and telling me I was doing a good job, and I thought he did really well as my husband.
We really found joy in each other's company and took the expert direction of the Shane to the nth degree. He really had a creative vision that, you know, it was so forward and so refreshing. I look forward to working with all of them again, and Shane as well. I mean, he is demanding, there's no doubt. And sometimes, for my part, as far as I know, the Shane is really a wonderful guy, and I look forward to working with him again.
Being in someone else's house while filming is going on, and you know there's going to be a bloody mess, is kind of unsettling at first, but then again you realize that the people you work with are just as much into it as you are. So Michael and Jennifer Weston, they were big sports, and they were right there with us, getting in the part with the spaghetti scene, for instance. Michael was in there, and he's tearing away, and the spaghetti's flying all over, and the part with the fingers getting bit off, the blood spurting everywhere. Jennifer did that herself with the gore. So yeah, it was all like, oh, should we be getting the blood over? Is it going to hit the ceiling? I'm all worried about it. And they're all in there going at it and having a good time. Blood's spaghetti everywhere.
We kind of fed off each other, like the laughing scene. You know, Shade started like gasping and like snorting, and it actually made me start laughing too, for real, not just acting.
Obviously, I don't have it now because we're not in production, but we used a prosthetic beard, and this beard caused the beard caused a lot of problems, and there were a lot of funny times on the set when the beard was coming off, or you know, the girl that was doing the makeup, she was so mad because I'd scratch my face and parts would flake off and stuff. She was constantly redoing it. Sometimes we're an hour and a half in the chair and we go into a 10-minute shot. I mean, think about it. This is production time, production value, so it really became kind of an obstacle, but it was really one of the funniest things for me on the set was the handling of this. And you know, you can't drink coffee, you can't really laugh or even have a good time. It's all beard. And of course, you know, getting shot in the face full on with a fire extinguisher full of blood.
Jason Tripp did not expect that. There was a scene where I get shot in the head. Okay, and it's a cutaway shot to Jason, blood spurting on his head, on the face. Well, there was talk of prepping him for the scene, saying, okay, Jason, we only have one take to do this because it was getting late. We had to pressurize we used a fire extinguisher for the pressure, and it spurted out the blood. Well, he was informed, he was told, listen, there's going to be the spray. You got one shot, you got to do it. So can you just not move? Just stand there like you're mad and take the shot in the face and just stand there. Well, apparently when the fire extinguisher was filled with the air, it was a bit more than anticipated. And when the scene came for him to shoot, it was like a fire hose going off in his face. And it surprised him, and it must have pushed him back about 3 feet.
Where'd you go? What the fuck was that, a fire hose?
You gotta be fucking kidding. Where'd you go?
You get the drink from the fire hose!
A paper towel.
Okay, paper towel. Where are they?
Can you hold that camera?
Oh, he did not live that down that night because he couldn't sit still for it. So they had to reshoot it and do it again with less air in it. And it came out perfect. Looked great.
I honestly, I don't know how I ended up in this movie. It's just ridiculous, you know. Over here, can I be somebody in your movie?
Dave Isaac. Wow, what a guy. He's like an old hippie. Fun and full of stories. And I didn't expect him to look like he did because he's a local DJ on WKIT, Stephen King's radio station. And I had heard him before, but I didn't know what he looked like. So we're shooting the scene in a park. And there was a bunch of other shots going on that day, so we got to the park late.
They were like late. I almost left because I'm like, I'm here at 2. You guys aren't here.
And Dave had been there maybe a half hour before us, and he was getting ready to leave. And I don't know what he looks like, so I'm just thinking, oh my God, this guy's he's gonna take off. There's no way he's gonna be just hang around and wait for us. Well, no, he was a trooper. He actually waited. He was there. And I finally got to meet him, and we also hit it off right away.
And you know, just as I was starting the car to leave, these guys roll up. You know, oh my God, this is the movie crew, really? So we end up on the bench and all that, and I come up with this ridiculous punchline for a joke.
Sometimes I'm not even sure he knows the joke. But it was funny, I'll tell you that.
To which there is no joke, by the way. There is no joke that goes with that punchline. There's just the punchline. And so I said to the guy, well, he'll never get his cock out of there now.
And he's never going to get his cock out of there now.
I wanted to say something filthy on film.
The guts and everything was really creepy and cool. That's what I kind of like, all that stuff. Some funny parts, I had to be in the bed and in actual inside of a mattress. It was really cool, and it started getting slimy. And of course, Michael, the big tall guy, who started trying to waft some stinkiness stuff at me. So I thought that was great when I couldn't move. So that was pretty fun. We had some good giggles about that stuff. So
when I'm driving home and the music that's playing on the radio, quite honestly, it's in my collection. I mean, that is just classic me. And it feels like me, like a day driving home from the set when you're pissed off and the guy's yelling at you and, like, oh, 15% more anger, sir. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? Why does emotion have to be registered in percentage? It's crazy. So, you're driving home and that whole scene just embodies the way that I feel when I'm driving home from the set after a long goddamn day and all you've heard is this nag, nag, nag. And who's bringing my food? Who? No one. I gotta walk all the way over to craft services to get myself a friggin' donut. I mean, sometimes you think, what the fuck? I mean, really. So for me, the whole van scene, the interplay of me driving and that music, it really, really, really spoke to me. And I mean, pardon me, because the other actors were absolutely fabulous, but for me, I mean, I own that van.
I would love to see a sequel. I would love to come back as Quinn.
I would love a sequel. That would just be so much fun.
Yeah, a sequel would be great. I see my character as not necessarily making it out of the sequel, however.
Would love to do a sequel. Love a sequel. Any sort of project with Shane, I'm happy to work with him on.
I think a follow-up sequel would be awesome.
I feel really good about a sequel. I think that the story has more to tell.
Immediately, I figured there were probably contracted 6 or 7 or 8 movies.
I'm not sure what sequel might. There are different possibilities. Certainly, I could still be the homeless man and be begging upon the mercies of another heartless soul.
I think a sequel would be awesome.
Can it happen? Sure. They bring back everybody in movies. Look, Spock came back to life. How many times has Jason come back?
Especially, if he has the same people involved and stuff. It just was a great time.
So, yes, we'd love to see a sequel for Sleep Eater 2, and I'm sure it will be out here soon. So.
Yeah, he can come back.
I see my character as being victimized, perhaps, by the Sleep Eater.
Well, the storyline and the vision that Shane has, I really think should be continued through other projects.
Get out there, go see Sleep Eater. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it.
I hope you can tell that I had a great time being part. The cast is fun. Shane Grant is a good writer and a great cinematographer. If you want to have some fun, scary fun, go out and buy the DVD of Sleep Eater.
Everyone should go out and buy Sleep Eater.
I'd love to see it, and I'd love to work with Shane Grant and everybody else again. So everybody go buy Sleep Eater.
Buy the DVD. It's Sleep Eater. It is a completely locally shot. You'll be what street is that? You know, if nothing else, you can name that street. But it's a great film. Shane Grant, great director. Bill is a great actor as Quinn. It's a good time. You should buy it.
And I think that you'll definitely appreciate where the film is going to go as far as the next chapter and the expanded universe.
If you're watching this, we know you've already seen the movie, but that's not stopping you from stopping it, rewinding it, and watching it again. Watch Sleep Eater. See Sleep Eater. Make your friends watch Sleep Eater.
I mean, if you're asking me as, Kelly Anderson, of course the answer is yes, because you get to shoot more people, eat people, and just do the things that Kelly wants to do as an angry guy driving around in his van. But if you're asking me, Jason Tripp, the actor, well, I don't have any other work right now.
Go. Yes! A little bit more. There it is. Until we coming out one. Start coming out both. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Oh! Oh, God!
More!
Oh,
More
God!
blood!
The fuck is this? Halloween? Put you to sleep. For good!
Where'd you go?
What the fuck?
Alright.
I like this.
A little more than I
What?
need.
This is good.
Looks good. This light?
Yeah.
Roll that way.
Either way, it's just gonna be gross.
Okay. Well, this will leave us a good.
This is a game for you, isn't it?
It's a nightmare.
It is a fucking nightmare.